Kratos. When Kratos stormed onto the PlayStation 2 in 2005's God of War, he wasn't just another action hero, he was a brutal force of nature. Driven by rage and tragedy, this Spartan warrior carved through Greek mythology with his iconic blades of chaos, taking on gods, titans, and any poor soul foolish enough to stand in his way. The original trilogy made him infamous for over-the-top boss battles, brutal combat, and a personality fueled by vengeance. But Kratos' evolution is what truly cemented him as PlayStation's face. In 2018, God of War reinvented the series, shifting from Greek to Norse mythology and revealing a more mature, haunted Kratos, a father trying to guide his son while wrestling with his violent past. This humanized side gave the character emotional depth that resonated with players and critics alike, earning Game of the Year honors. Across the franchise, Kratos embodies everything PlayStation loves to showcase: epic scope, cinematic storytelling, and cutting-edge gameplay. From his bone-crunching finishers to his quieter moments of reluctant tenderness, Kratos has grown from a one-note anti-hero into one of gaming's most layered protagonists. For millions, he's not just a character, he's the definition of a PlayStation legend, Ellie. Introduced in 2013's The Last of Us, Ellie quickly became one of PlayStation's most beloved and complex characters. At just 14 years old in the first game, she's immune to the infection that has ravaged humanity, making her both a beacon of hope and a target. Traveling across a ruined America with Joel, Ellie's sharp wit, stubbornness, and flashes of vulnerability created an emotional connection few game characters achieve. Her arc deepened in The Last of Us Part 2. Now older, hardened, and driven by grief, Ellie's journey explored the brutal consequences of vengeance. Players saw her at her most determined, most broken, and most human, something rarely captured so authentically in gaming. Ashley Johnson's motion capture and voice acting brought her to life with raw, award-winning performances, cementing Ellie as more than just a sidekick. She's a fully realized protagonist. With her identity woven naturally into her story, her relationships, resilience, and moral struggles have made her a symbol of beloved storytelling in games. For PlayStation, Ellie isn't just a favorite, she's proof that their characters can stand alongside the best in any medium. Ratchet & Clank. Debuting on the PlayStation 2 in 2002, Ratchet & Clank brought a perfect blend of colorful platforming, creative weaponry, and buddy comedy charm to the PlayStation brand. Ratchet, the adventurous mechanic, and Clank, his witty robot sidekick, quickly became inseparable icons. Their banter, lighthearted tone, and inventive gadgets made them stand out in a sea of gritty early 2000s games. The series built its identity on outrageous weapons. The Sheepinator, Rhino, and Groovatron aren't just tools, they're punchlines. Every entry pushed technical boundaries, from massive, seamless worlds on PS2 to the jaw-dropping detail and near-instant loading of Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart on PS5. The latter showcased the console's SSD power, letting players hop between entire dimensions in seconds, making it a technical showpiece for Sony's new hardware. Ratchet's optimistic spirit paired with Clank's calm logic created a dynamic that appealed to all ages, while their adventures mixed heartfelt moments with over-the-top spectacle. 2 decades later, the duo remain a core part of PlayStation's identity, mascots who represent the brand's playful side while still delivering blockbuster quality. For many, their games aren't just fun, they're a reminder of why they fell in love with PlayStation in the first place. I think the last one on this list is my favorite. How about you? Let me know in the comments. Nathan Drake. First appearing in 2007's Uncharted Drake's Fortune, Nathan Drake became the face of PlayStation's cinematic adventure era. Equal parts treasure hunter, wisecracking rogue, and reluctant hero, Drake blended the swashbuckling charm of Indiana Jones with the vulnerability of a real human being. His journeys, spanning ancient ruins, lost cities, and globe-trotting escapes, set a new bar for storytelling and presentation in games. The Uncharted series was more than flashy action sequences. It was the banter between Drake, Sully, and Elena, the small human moments between the set pieces, and the way Naughty Dog's performance capture technology made every scene feel like a movie you could play. By the time Uncharted 2 Among Thieves dropped, the series had cemented itself as a PlayStation flagship, and Nathan Drake was its beating heart. Drake's appeal lies in his balance of capability and fallibility. He's resourceful and brave, but he makes mistakes, gets hurt, and doubts himself. That relatability made his eventual retirement in Uncharted 4: A Thief's End feel bittersweet, like saying goodbye to an old friend. For nearly a decade, Nathan Drake wasn't just a PlayStation character, he was the PlayStation adventure genre. Aloy. When Horizon Zero Dawn launched in 2017, Aloy instantly stood out as a fresh face in PlayStation's roster. A skilled hunter and archer navigating a world overrun by towering, animal-like machines, Aloy brought a mix of fierce independence and deep curiosity that resonated with players. Her journey from outcast to savior of her people wasn't just about combat, it was about uncovering humanity's lost history and confronting the forces threatening its future. Armed with her bow, traps, and a high-tech focus device, Aloy could take down mechanical beasts in ways that rewarded strategy and creativity. Guerrilla Games built a rich open world around her, filled with lush landscapes, tribal cultures, and mysteries rooted in science fiction. Aloy's design, practical and functional, also earned praise as a step forward in how female protagonists are represented in games. Her return in Horizon Forbidden West expanded both her world and her character, deepening her relationships while raising the stakes. She's now recognized alongside PlayStation's most enduring icons, carrying a franchise that blends exploration, storytelling, and spectacle. Aloy represents the modern PlayStation era, technically stunning, emotionally engaging, and impossible to mistake for any other platform's mascot. Jak and Daxter. In 2001, Jak and Daxter, the precursor legacy, hit the PlayStation 2, ushering in a new mascot duo from Naughty Dog, the same studio that would later create Uncharted and The Last of Us. Jak, the silent but brave hero, and Daxter, his wisecracking orange Ottsel companion, quickly became fan favorites for their vibrant worlds, smooth platforming, and humor. What made Jak and Daxter stand out was its seamless open-world design. There were no loading screens, just continuous exploration across colorful landscapes, a technical marvel for the time. The series evolved dramatically with Jak 2, introducing a darker tone, a sprawling city to explore, and vehicle-based gameplay. By Jak 3, the duo had cemented themselves as PlayStation icons, balancing high-energy platforming with deeper storytelling. Daxter's nonstop jokes and Jak's growing personality gave the game a buddy comedy dynamic that kept them from feeling like just another platformer. Even without a new mainline entry in years, their legacy remains strong thanks to loyal fans, remastered collections, and constant requests for a revival. Jak and Daxter represent a golden era of PlayStation when colorful, character-driven adventures thrived alongside more mature blockbusters. Cole McGrath. Debuting in 2009's Infamous on PlayStation 3, Cole McGrath was unlike most PlayStation heroes. He wasn't a chosen warrior or legendary explorer. He was an ordinary bike messenger caught in an explosion that gave him the power to control electricity. From that moment, Infamous let players shape Cole's story through moral choices, be the selfless hero Empire City needed, or embrace power and fear as its villain. Cole's powers weren't just flashy, they changed how you moved through the world. You could grind on power lines, scale buildings in seconds, and rain down bolts of lightning on enemies. The game's karma system meant every decision, saving civilians or sacrificing them for your own gain, affected how people saw you and which abilities you unlocked. The sequel, Infamous 2, expanded his arsenal and delivered one of the most memorable endings of the PS3 generation. Whether you chose the heroic sacrifice or the ruthless path, Cole's fate hit hard because players felt ownership over his journey. While the series moved on to new protagonists, Cole remains a cult favorite among PlayStation fans, representing the era when superhero games took real risks with storytelling and player agency. Sly Cooper. In 2002, Sly Cooper and the Thievius Raccoonus brought a slick, cel-shaded heist adventure to the PlayStation 2, instantly setting itself apart from other platformers of the time. Sly, a charming raccoon master thief, led a crew that included Bentley the Brains and Murray the Muscle. Together, they pulled off elaborate missions that blended stealth, platforming, and puzzle solving in ways that felt fresh and stylish. The cel-shaded art gave the game a timeless cartoon-like look, while the stealth mechanics encouraged players to think like a thief, sneaking along rooftops, tiptoeing past guards, and swiping treasures without getting caught. Each entry in the series expanded on the formula, from the globe-trotting adventures of Sly 2: Band of Thieves to the time-traveling hijinks of Sly Cooper: Thieves in Time. What really made Sly stand out was his personality. He wasn't a brute force hero. He was clever, confident, and always had a sly grin. His stories mixed lighthearted humor with moments of genuine heart, making the series a cult classic among PS2 and PS3 owners. Even years without a new entry haven't dimmed fans' hopes for his return, proving Sly's place in PlayStation's all-time roster. Spyro the Dragon. When Spyro the Dragon hit the PlayStation in 1998, it became an instant classic and defining mascot of the console's early years. Developed by Insomniac Games, Spyro stood out with his vibrant purple design, boundless energy, and the ability to glide, charge, and breathe fire through expansive 3D worlds. At a time when many platformers felt linear, Spyro offered open, exploration-driven levels filled with hidden collectibles and playful secrets. The original trilogy, Spyro the Dragon, Ripto's Rage, and Year of the Dragon, showcased technical feats for the PS1, from large, colorful environments to smooth character animations. Spyro's cheerful attitude and lighthearted tone made him accessible to younger players, while his tight controls and clever level design kept older gamers hooked. Though later games and remakes brought him to other platforms, Spyro's origins are pure PlayStation nostalgia. The reignited trilogy in 2018 reintroduced the little dragon to a new generation, proving his charm was timeless. For many, Spyro represents the era when PlayStation mascots were colorful, fun, and full of personality. A reminder that not every legend needs a sword or a gun to be unforgettable. Sackboy. First appearing in 2008's Little Big Planet on PlayStation 3, Sackboy became one of the most recognizable modern PlayStation mascots. Made entirely of stitched fabric with a big zipper down his front, Sackboy was more than just cute. He was a blank canvas for creativity. Players could customize him with endless costumes and accessories, turning him into anything from a superhero to a slice of pizza. Little Big Planet wasn't just a platformer, it was a creation tool. Players could build and share their own levels, and Sackboy was the charming host guiding you through a community-driven universe. His simple design and expressive animations made him instantly endearing, and his adaptability meant he could fit any setting or theme. Sackboy's appeal carried into spin-offs like Sackboy: A Big Adventure on PS5, which shifted to a more traditional 3D platforming style while keeping his whimsical personality intact. He's PlayStation's symbol of playfulness and imagination, a reminder that the brand isn't all epic battles and gritty realism. Whether you're creating worlds or just running, jumping, and grabbing in one, Sackboy embodies the joyful, hands-on side of PlayStation gaming. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like and subscribe for more videos daily. Thanks for watching.